Hello. Today's story is all about controlling the mind. Why is it important to control the mind more than anything else? So there was a young student archer and he had become very proficient in his art of shooting. So much so that he could shoot an arrow into a tree, and with the second arrow, he would cleave the first arrow into two pieces. And having attained this proficiency, he started boasting about it. He started saying that he had become better than even his own guru, his own teacher. The teacher was a 70-year-old man, venerable man, respectable man. And when he came to know about this, he realized that his student needs to learn another important lesson. So one day he invited the student to come along with him on a journey through the hills. The journey was very uneventful till the time they reached a chasm. And the only thing connecting the two sides was a log of wood. So having reached there, the teacher went to the center of that log, took out his bow and shot an arrow on a tree, and with the second arrow, he cleaved the first arrow into two pieces. He came back and then he said, "Now it's your turn." The student was very afraid of going even to the center of the log, forget about shooting an arrow. However, somehow he reached the center of the log, took out his bow, and he was so scared that when he aimed and shot, it totally missed the tree. What to talk of the second arrow? And he started screaming, "Help me, help me." And the teacher came to the center, held his hand and took him back to the other side. And when they were on their journey back, no one talked to each other, but the student had learned a very important lesson. And the lesson was, more than controlling the bow, it's important to control the mind. Because only when the mind is in control can you actually control the bow. So this is where the story ends. And the message that I received from this was that unless you are able to control your mind, unless you are able to master your mind, how will you be able to bring that into your skills? And only when your mind is in your control can you demonstrate your expertise of skills and any other capabilities that you have. Otherwise, all those skills will not be able to come out with that much of proficiency which you may have developed otherwise. So, along with developing skills, it is important to start working on controlling and mastering the mind, because they go hand in hand, and when they are aligned with each other, that's when you are able to demonstrate your best. You'll be able to take right decisions, you'll be able to focus on your work, you'll be able to move to the right direction. That is all happening only because your mind is in control. And what is it that you can start doing to control your mind? There are a couple of techniques that you can start practicing, and one of the most important ones is start mastering your breath. When your breath is in your control, that is when your mind starts coming in your control. And even though you are breathing all the time, but your breath needs to be in your control, you need to become conscious of your breath. That's when you start mastering your mind along with your any other capabilities. So start working on this and notice the kind of change it brings to your overall talents, your overall gifts, your overall capabilities. And then you will be able to flourish much more than you are doing before. I wish you all the best, and I'll meet you in my next video.